Japanese SUVs have built a rock-solid reputation over the years. Reliable, practical, and built to last longer than your New Year's resolutions. But let's be honest, in recent times, the game has changed. Performance, slipping, style, kinda stuck in the early 2000s and 10s. And sadly, a few once iconic names have now ended up on the do not buy list. In today's video, we're counting down the 5 best and 5 worst Japanese SUVs to buy in 2025. From shockingly outdated disappointments to hidden gems that still pack a punch, this list is your guide to making a smart SUV investment this year. Stick around till the end, because we're wrapping things up with a spicy twist that might ruffle a few fanboy feathers. Yep, your favorite Japanese SUV might just be on the chopping block. Let's kick things off with the worst. Number 5. Acura MDX. Now in its 4th generation, the 2024 Acura MDX is still trying hard to compete with the big names from Europe. Think Audi Q7 and BMW X5. But here's the deal. While it's aiming for premium, it ends up somewhere in the almost category. To be fair, the MDX does have one solid trick up its sleeve: handling. Thanks to Acura's super handling all-wheel drive system, it hugs corners like a smaller SUV and stays planted even when the roads get slick. Steering is sharp, responsive, and honestly, a bit surprising in the best way, but that's where the compliments start to dry up. Under the hood, the base 3.5-liter V6 just doesn't bring the heat. It takes a sluggish 7.5 seconds to hit 60 miles per hour, which in the luxury SUV world is like showing up to a drag race in loafers. Even with its tech upgrades, nothing really screams premium. You expect power, presence, and polish, and the MDX delivers just enough to remind you it could have been more. Unless you land a killer deal or you're an Acura loyalist, the 2024 MDX is more meh than memorable. For a segment this competitive, that just doesn't cut it. Number 4. The Nissan Rogue. On paper, the Nissan Rogue seems like a win. Stylish exterior? Check. Modern tech? Sure. A familiar name that's been all over American roads? Absolutely. But peel back that polished surface and the cracks start to show. Literally. Let's begin with the transmission. Embrace yourself. The Rogue runs a CVT, but not the kind that gets applause. This one's loud, rubbery, and panics under pressure. Drivers have reported everything from jerky shifts to odd whining noises, and in some cases, complete transmission failure. That's not the kind of drama you want during a morning commute. Then there's the interior. The build quality leaves a lot to be desired. Hard plastics, uninspiring materials, and enough cabin noise to ruin your podcast playlist. Buttons feel cheap, panels rattle over time, and the whole vibe leans more bargain bin than family hauler. And it's not just a one-off issue. Models from 2014 to 2016, and even some 2021 trims have racked up a laundry list of complaints. Even the newer models, while better looking, haven't completely shaken the past. Infotainment screens glitch, trim pieces loosen up, and overall reliability, let's just say, it's still under review. The Rogue wants to be the dependable daily driver, but right now, it's more like a warning sign on 4 wheels. Luckily, there are smarter options out there, including a few we'll be spotlighting later on. But up next, a brand that keeps calling itself premium, but forgot to act like it. Number 3, Mitsubishi Outlander. This SUV walks into the room looking like it's got it all figured out. Bold styling? Check. Spacious interior? Check. A spec sheet loaded with tech? Absolutely. But take it out for a spin, and that confident exterior starts to unravel. Let's cut to the chase. 2018 was rock bottom for the Outlander. It may not have the highest number of complaints on record, but the ones it did earn, oof, they weren't small. The biggest headache? Premature brake wear. Owners were replacing brake pads just months in because of cheap low-grade components. And then came the power gremlins. Some Outlanders wouldn't start, while others randomly lost power mid-drive. Not exactly what you want from your daily ride. The base engine doesn't help matters either. A 2.4-liter 4-cylinder that feels like it's wheezing up every hill. If you're chasing any semblance of performance, your only real shot is the Pricer plug-in hybrid model, which, let's be honest, kind of defeats the point of value shopping. Fuel economy sits at a reasonable 24 miles per gallon city and 31 highway. Not bad, but in today's market, meh just doesn't cut it. And safety, the AWD version only scored 4 stars from the NHTSA, while many rivals are pulling perfect 5s. And here's the kicker, starting at $31,550, the Outlander actually costs more than 3 of the best SUVs we'll talk about later in this video. So yeah, this one might look the part, but when the driving starts, it quickly falls out of its league. Number 2, Toyota CHR. Surprised to see Toyota on this list? You're not alone. Usually Toyota's lineup is a fortress of reliability, but the 2022 CHR, it's the oddball that slipped through quality control with a bold outfit and not much else. Let's start with what it does right. The styling is fresh, edgy, and definitely grabs attention. It's got that compact urban swagger going on. The suspension, surprisingly cushy. It absorbs potholes and speed bumps like a pro, and around tight city corners, it handles like a go-kart on casual mode. Light, easy, and agile. But that's where the party ends. Visibility is a mess. Thick rear pillars and a male slot-sized back window make lane changes feel like a game of blindfolded darts. And speed? The CHR takes over 11 seconds to reach 60 miles per hour. That's not a sprint, that's a slow crawl to the freeway on-ramp with everyone honking behind you. Fuel economy is decent at 29 miles per gallon overall, but the driving experience doesn't match the numbers. The 1.8-liter hybrid whispers politely at low speeds, but give it some gas and it growls like a teenager asked to take out the trash. The 2.0-liter option is a little quicker, but still sounds whiny under pressure. In the end, the CHR brings style, comfort, and fuel savings. 3 boxes checked, but power, peace, and practicality left unchecked. For all its flash, this little Toyota just can't keep up with the competition anymore. And finally, number 1, the Nissan Pathfinder. Alright, buckle up, because this one might sting a little, especially if you've had a soft spot for the Pathfinder over the years. But here we are. Nissan makes a second appearance on this list, and it's not for the right reasons. Once a beloved family SUV, the Pathfinder has slowly morphed into something far less lovable. If you're considering the 2024 model, you might want to pump the brakes hard. Sure, it's competitively priced, but in that same price range, there are plenty of better 3-row SUVs that offer more for your money. Let's give credit where it's due. The Pathfinder is roomy and quiet, making it a solid road trip machine for families. But that's where the applause ends. Off-road, it struggles. The steering feels stiff and disconnected, like it's been lifting weights but forgot how to dance. There's zero driving excitement here. Just pure utility. The Pathfinder gets the job done, but without any spark or personality, it ends up feeling more like an appliance than an adventure. And the real deal breaker? Quality control. Past recalls and ongoing reliability complaints chip away at what little edge it had left. Unless you're a hardcore Pathfinder loyalist, this SUV just doesn't offer enough to justify the risk. Ironically, your best Pathfinder option today might be the originals from the late 80s and early 90s. Boxy, capable, and aging surprisingly well compared to the modern lineup. Alright, enough with the flops. Let's shift gears and finally talk about the Japanese SUVs that are actually worth your money in 2025. If the last 5 models had you shaking your head, these next 5 might just restore your faith. These SUVs offer real value, rock-solid reliability, and the kind of performance that makes daily driving and weekend getaways a whole lot more fun. Kicking things off at number 5. The Honda Pilot. Honda's biggest SUV doesn't just show up, it shows out. The 2025 Pilot checks every box you'd want in a proper 3-row SUV. Under the hood is a 3.5-liter V6 that delivers 285 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, meaning you get strong acceleration and enough pull to tow up to 5,000 pounds with all-wheel drive. Not bad for the family hauler. And it's not just brawn, it's efficient too. You're looking at up to 27 miles per gallon on the highway and about 19 in the city. For something this big, that's a win. Long-term cost of ownership, another high point. The 10-year average maintenance cost comes in around $7,300, while many of its rivals creep up near $15,000. That's nearly double. And when it comes to safety, the 2025 Pilot doesn't flinch. It earned the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award, which is as good as it gets. Now let's talk reliability. JD Power gives the 2025 model an 82 out of 100, and longtime owners say these things can go well well over 300,000 miles with proper care. That's not just reliable, that's legendary. Inside, the Pilot is all about real-life practicality, seating for 8, smart tech where it counts, and enough cargo space to pack for a cross-country road trip and still fit a Costco run. The 2025 Honda Pilot delivers where it matters: power, space, safety, and long-haul dependability, all wrapped in a sleek, family-friendly package. But if you're the type who'd rather be off the pavement and into the wild, the next SUV is the king of its class. Number 4. Subaru Forester. Subaru's built a loyal fan base over the years, and the 2024 Forester proves that it's not just hype, it's earned. This SUV blends everyday usability with real-world adventure chops, making it one of the smartest buys in its class. Let's talk specs. Under the hood, you've got a 2.5-liter flat 4 that pumps out 182 horsepower and 176 pound-feet of torque. No, it won't win drag races, but it's got plenty of pull for daily commutes, weekend road trips, and the occasional trail detour. Even better, it averages 29 miles per gallon, making it one of the most fuel-efficient AWD SUVs on the market. And yes, all-wheel drive is standard. Whether you're carving through rain or gravel roads, the Forester grips the ground like a pro. But where the Forester really flexes is in safety. Subaru's EyeSight Driver Assist Suite packs in automatic emergency braking, blind spot detection, rear cross traffic alert, the works. That's a big reason why it snagged the IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus award. Reliability? Check. JD Power gives it a solid 83 out of 100, and some owners are already racking up over 75,000 miles in under a year, without major issues. That's seriously impressive, especially for a car priced under $30,000. And if you're itching to take the scenic route, the Wilderness trim cranks up the adventure with extra ground clearance, chunkier tires, and tougher body cladding. It's made to get dirty, in the best way. The Forester delivers capability, comfort, and confidence, all wrapped in a package that's as practical as it is prepared. Coming up next, number 3 is a Japanese SUV that proves luxury and reliability can go hand in hand. Stick around. Number 3. Mazda CX-5. When you see a vehicle everywhere, it usually means one of two things. It's either wildly overhyped or genuinely good. In the case of the 2022 Mazda CX-5, it's definitely the latter. This is Mazda's best-selling SUV, and for good reason. It strikes a perfect balance between sleek design, sharp handling, and long-term reliability. It's the kind of SUV that looks like a daily driver but feels like a well-kept secret. Under the hood, you've got options. The standard 2.5-liter 4-cylinder kicks out 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. Great for everyday driving, but if you want some extra kick, go for the turbocharged version. With premium fuel, it delivers up to 256 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. That's hot hatch power in SUV form. Mazda's Skyactiv tech makes sure both engines are fuel conscious and responsive. The base model gets a solid 26 miles per gallon city and 31 highway, while even the turbo manages a respectable 22-27. So yes, fun and frugal. Behind the wheel, the CX-5 doesn't try to be a race car, but it does feel more refined than most of its competition. It glides at highway speeds, corners with confidence, and gives you that driver's SUV vibe without the flash or fluff. Now, if you're looking for a spaceship cockpit or wild LED drama, you might be underwhelmed by the cabin. Mazda keeps it clean and classy, but what it lacks in wow factor, it more than makes up for in quality. Many CX-5s cruise well past 180,000 miles with nothing but routine maintenance. And here's the kicker. It starts around $28,000. That's a rock-solid deal for something with brains, brawn, and just enough beauty to make a statement without shouting. Up next, number 2 is a premium SUV that proves Japanese luxury still knows how to flex. Number 2, Lexus GX 460. Think of the 2023 GX 460 as the stylish cousin of the Toyota Land Cruiser. Same tough DNA, just dressed in a luxury suit. It's bold, boxy, and built like a tank, but one that wears leather and wood trim. Under the hood, it packs a 4.6-liter V8 that delivers 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. That's more than enough grunt to haul the family, the camping gear, and even a trailer, all while crawling up a rocky incline without breaking a sweat. Now look, fuel economy? Not exactly its claim to fame. You'll get around 15 miles per gallon in the city and 19 on the highway. But let's be honest, if you're shopping for a GX, you're not counting pennies at the pump. You're collecting miles, memories, and maybe a few bruises from trail runs. Inside, it's all comfort and class. You're greeted with real wood trim, plush leather seats, and a 10.3-inch touchscreen loaded with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It seats 7 across 3 rows, which means you've got space for the entire crew, plus everyone's luggage and grandma's mystery casserole. And Lexus doesn't skimp on safety. The GX comes with lane departure alert, blind spot monitoring, pedestrian detection, and a pre-collision system. Because looking tough doesn't mean driving recklessly, but where the GX really shines: off-road dominance. With full-time 4-wheel drive, adaptive suspension, and legit trail-ready hardware, this thing isn't just an SUV, it's a mountain goat in a tuxedo. It handles snow, mud, and rough terrain like it's born for it. Starting around $59,000, it's not exactly budget friendly, but for those who want a rare combo of luxury comfort and old school 4x4 capability, the GX 460 delivers the goods, with style and strength to spare. And now, number 1, a Japanese SUV so well-rounded, it's giving European rivals a serious run for their money. Finally, taking the crown at number 1, the Toyota RAV4. This isn't just Japan's best-selling SUV, it might be everyone's favorite SUV. And if you're looking for the sweet spot, look no further than the 2018 Toyota RAV4, the final year of the 4th generation and arguably its finest. Why? Because it checks every single box: performance, reliability, practicality, all without breaking a sweat. Under the hood, you get a proven 2.5-liter 4-cylinder pumping out 176 horsepower and 172 pound-feet of torque. It won't win drag races, but it's quick enough for daily drives. Even better, it delivers 30 miles per gallon on the highway and 23 in the city, which means you're saving cash without sacrificing capability. But here's the real twist. Starting in 2019, Toyota switched the RAV4 to a CVT transmission. And while Toyota's CVTs are better than most, let's be honest, CVTs don't age gracefully. They feel soft, wear out faster, and just don't have the lasting punch of a good old traditional automatic. That's why the 2018 model is such a standout. It was the last year before the CVT takeover. And it shows. Kelley Blue Book rated it a perfect 5 out of 5 for reliability, and owners routinely drive these past 250,000 miles with basic care. That's the kind of track record you brag about. Inside, it's exactly what it needs to be: simple, smart, and spacious. Room for 5, loads of cargo space, and a layout that makes sense. No unnecessary flash, just thoughtful design that holds up year after year. So if you want a no-drama SUV that starts every time, holds its value, and keeps your mechanic lonely, the 2018 RAV4 is the gold standard: reliable, affordable, and ready for the long haul. And there you have it, the best and worst Japanese SUVs you can buy in 2025. Agree with our picks? Think we missed a hidden gem? Drop your ranking in the comments below. We read them all. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because more brutally honest car rankings are headed your way. Until next time, drive smart, drive safe.